Hello, hello, hello. Testing, testing, testing. How's it going, you guys? I missed you. It's a long weekend. Let's see. Did you guys have a good weekend? Cuz I sure did. But yeah, another week, another set of, CAD Model of the Day and CAD Model of the Day stream. So, welcome to the CAD Model of the Day show. Today is day number 537. It's a little disturbing to me that the numbers are getting that high now, but that's where we're at. So let's take a look. I like to start my show every single time by just looking at our Discord. There we go. Lighting's better, sort of. Oh man, lighting's a struggle, dude. I am just not good at it. We'll just leave it like that because we'll go over here. And we'll check what's popping on the Discord. And of course, if you're not part of the Discord already, this is me personally inviting you to the Discord. A lot of the subscribers have already made their way over there. A lot of great conversations have happened. Not only talking about SOLIDWORKS, but other CAD systems and just engineering in general. We're here to try and improve ourselves, and I think it's really great because even if I can't help you, someone in the community can. So you click that link and make sure when you go to the rules, just click the little teapot here, and all these channels will appear, and you'll be able to, you'll be good to go. But let's take a look over here. Let's see. So yeah, this was this was last time about it. So we got Yaya back. I think he was kind of busy. But he's back here, doing cool things in SolidWorks. Any luck finding it? He's talking about the link of a talk that I did last week. I got to message Kirby about that. I haven't heard anything, but I bet the recording is up somewhere. I just don't know where it is. So I'll do that right after this stream. And then Ruben asking, how much does a CAD engineer do in a year in terms of annual salary? That's a tough question, but lots of qualifying questions and answers. Virus, chiming in with, a counter question, which is a good one. You mean a desk job or freelance? And you're saying a desk job, so salary position. In a good company, whatever that means. It's a hard question, but, first off, what's very important is you got to do your best to compare oranges to oranges and not apples to oranges. And this is like really, really hard because it's just a very uncomfortable question for most people. And there's an incentive not to answer the question honestly. Like someone asks you how much you make, you're inclined to add an extra 5, 10, even 15,000 to your annual salary because look at me, I'm making lots of money. And that's human, but that skews the data, so it's hard to tell. But Ruben specifies, in the Chicago area in the United States. That's at least something that I can speak on. Is just generally in the United States. Me being a job hunter, but definitely what I say, in the next couple of posts here breaks down in other countries. It's just not comparable. Like a doctor in the United States doesn't earn the same as for example a doctor in Cuba. So yeah, you just can't make that comparison. But what I do know is like I went to college and graduated with a bunch of people, and a lot of people like to talk to each other about the kinds of offers they get, and that's what I was kind of where I got this statement from. So 0 years of experience, and that varies because you can get experience while in college, so even that varies, so that might not be 100% correct. And from talking to my classmates, I've heard people tell me all sorts of stuff, saying they started at 55K a year, all the way into the more than 100K range. But again, grain of salt. People tend to append an extra, however much they think you'll be impressed with. But yeah, it's a good conversation happening here too. But what I just wanted to highlight is the takeaway is like, don't use salary as the bottom line. It's easy to focus on, oh, this job is offering me $100,000 a year. That sounds awesome. Wow, six figure salary. That's awesome. But if that's it for San Francisco, California, you know you're not going to be living a comfortable life there, because the housing is so expensive, and just everything is expensive there. So that just takes most of your earnings away, versus earning a lesser salary in a place that is cheaper to live. Again, it just skews the comparison. But I think the biggest takeaway here is to pursue engineering because you like it. I think that's important. And I think when I was going through college, freshman year, you're gonna find a lot of people that will say, "Oh, I'm here in computer engineering, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering," because they make bank. They make that sweet cash. And then what they find is that they're not able to stick with the program, because engineering stuff is hard. But yeah, it's just really difficult to really become proficient with engineering, not just SolidWorks, but engineering in general. If your heart's not in it, you really gotta love designing whatever, mechanical. For a mechanical engineer, that'd be mechanical systems, and not even just like cars or stuff like that, but also refrigeration systems. Some will go into civil engineering and design pieces of infrastructure, or electrical engineering. What you can design, I assume, PCBs and other things of that nature. You just gotta be really happy with it. I think you will never be financially destitute, as in you'll never be, I mean, if your spending habits are good, you'll never be short on cash. But I wouldn't go into it thinking you're gonna be filthy stinking rich. But yeah, all right. We have quite a few people saying hello. I see Deval. How's it going? Yaya's back. Great to have you back. Of course, we got Sebastian. Good old Sebastian. Garlic saying, "I hope I'm not too late." No, you made it just in time, dude. I'm just just checking the pulse of the Discord, seeing how it's hanging. Sebastian saying, "I love engineering in general." Oh, me too. I don't think I told you guys this, but when I was in my third year of engineering school, I had to take a class called Signals and Systems, and that's kind of like an electrical engineer focused class, but the program was a little bit strange in the way it was put together. It was a little bit potato, because for electrical engineers, that was one of their core classes. But for mechanical engineers, that was like, it was the very same class, but it was just like some side requirement. So you basically have electrical engineers and mechanical engineers funneling into this electrical engineer focused class. So, the whole like rumor behind it, it's like, oh, you just go in the class, and due to the curve, the electrical engineers walk out with an A, the mechanical engineers walk out with a C, and that's the end of it. But studying like how signal processing is done was actually very interesting to me, and it just kind of brought me back when I was choosing mechanical engineering. I was also very interested in electrical engineering as well. I mean, I could just be like Daniel Boyer and just do both, but that's that takes a whole different kind of heart. But yeah, I ended up walking out with an A in that class. Did just as well as the electrical engineers do, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was pretty cool, signal processing. Garlic saying, mechanical engineer here. Still have no idea which direction I'm heading still. Yeah, dude, that's totally okay. And sometimes you won't know till you take your first job. You see what you can get offered. If you're very good with like thermodynamics and all that kind of fun stuff, you can design refrigeration systems, or work for appliance design, where you design like washers and dryers. Like a lot of other interesting fields that are just not as like sexy as like automotive engineering. I think that's what, when people think mechanical engineer, they think car, which is like, I think it's just people confusing mechanical engineer with mechanic. It's like, I know mechanical engineers who can't turn a wrench to save their life. It's very interesting. That doesn't make them any less talented in what they do. They're very talented still, when it comes to like deriving, equations and stuff like that, and doing all sorts of calculations. But they just like, what does the red mean on my rev limiter? It's very interesting. But yeah, no, I think mechanical engineering is probably the broadest of the engineering fields, honestly. So many places you can break into, and especially when you get into like robotics, like it starts to really blur the lines between mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, and computer science, because robotics is an application of all three, and even more stuff after that. But those are the main ones. It's a wonderful time to be a mechanical engineer, in my opinion. Hey, Modelchi's here. How's it going, my dude? I'm glad to see you here. And Garlic chiming in saying he is hoping to break into renewables. Honestly, that's really good. Are you thinking like power generation or something like that? And Sebastian's saying, I graduated from aeronautical engineering, and I really like aviation and the aerospace industry. Yeah, that's like, that's another really awesome, like, here, something I'll show you. Here, I'll be right back. I'm going to pull out a textbook. Yeah, so I keep all my textbooks. So there's one that I really enjoyed, Yeah, there we go. Aircraft structures for engineering students. It's like shows the method of like how to design airfoils and how to figure out, stresses along a structure of an aircraft and stuff like that. I think that was very, very fascinating. Additionally, there's like, in the same vein as like aeronautics, you can go into like orbital mechanics, design, help design like, for example, a mission for SpaceX where, they need to launch a satellite into a certain low Earth orbit. Takes an engineer as well. Oh, you know that book? I'm glad. I'm glad. We're literally on the same page. There we go. Aircraft structures for engineering students. Yeah, I've kept most of my textbooks. I have them on the wall over there. But yeah, Garlic saying, well, wind generation. It's funny because like the company that I'm working for right now, like personally, we're looking into wind generation. And I think it's going to be good. It's very, very fun. And I think there's a lot of improvements that can be made to like standard wind turbine designs. Yeah. But yeah, mechanical engineering is a fantastic field to be with. I know I've said that like, 13 times. And actually Risky over here saying, can confirm. I left bar management / chefing after 13 years. And engineering just clicked for me. I love it. That's super awesome, man. It's just like very fortunate when you find, when you really find something to get passionate about like that, and like you said, it just clicks for you. That's really awesome, and I'm very excited to see where your career goes, and and Garlic's as well. I feel like with every stream, I keep meeting more and more engineers and more aspiring engineers, for students and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just really exciting field to work on. But yeah, with that, let's go to share your work. Let's see what's going on here. So Yaya, of course, with his animations. I want to see a video. Video of the animation or a video how to make it. Looks like Joao asking how he made the little tumbly bead things. Very cool. Oh wow, you did the trace path on that, did you? Or is that artifacts? Either way, it looks... Oh, I see the camera. The camera's changing. The focus is changing. Not the focus, but the field of view. That. I really like that, Risky saying, following on for last week, you know, the mechanical principles course is kicking my butt. I have 6 to 10 and 11 to 15 of the 50 SolidWorks exercises PDF. So you hear that, Yaya? I think the PDF you uploaded is benefiting a lot of people. So again, you know, huge shout out to Yaya for providing that. I'm using the student version, remember. Oh yeah, you know, that'll get you, but you know, it's still amazing work, dude. You know, you have the technique. You have the technique down. Yeah, no, this is really good. Let's take a quick look at this. Yeah, and I think I was looking at this too. You know, that rocking maker. I think I commented on this one. Yeah, looking great. Yep. Yeah, so you know that's really really good. Yeah, and again, guys, like, you know, if you want to show off your stuff, you know, I basically go through everything that gets posted on the Discord, so it's like a guarantee that basically a guarantee that at least I will look at it, and you know the people who are watching the stream will look at it too. Yeah, Garlic asking, where can I find these SolidWorks exercises? Great question. If you're in the server, go to the CAD exercise library channel, and it's this post right here by Yaya. He attached a PDF, and looks like it's very popular with everybody. It's really good. Artifacts are only visible in Discord. Never happened to me before. Yeah, it's probably some kind of weird compression algorithm, dude. Bam saying it really did. I'm hoping to get them all done as practice for the CSWE. You'll get it. You'll get it. If you have any questions, you know, post it on the Discord. You know, if not I, then you know I'm sure someone will help. It's like, how can I get this feature? You know, there's no harm in asking, and you know, it's you know, sharpen up your work, help you get faster too. Additionally, don't want to sleep on what Matrix posted. You know, this is my account, of course, but you know, Matrix posted it in a different channel. And when I saw all of these, then I got the idea to make the exercise library channel just to keep them all into one place. So there's more stuff here. Yeah, Yaya's being a king right now. But yeah, Virus, try designing a light fixture. That's kind of cool. Kind of like the texture of that. Looks like a lantern. Very cool. Modeled in Blender. No, the visualization is in Blender. Made an implicit model at end topology. Interesting. The tessellations aren't by default found in parametric 3D design software. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, though I think that's a texture, really. You know, because tessellations, you know, they can be uniform, but you know, you can actually see when it's like beginning to facet, you know. But yeah, great work, Virus, with that. Yeah, light fixture is cool. Yeah, I'm still thinking of what I should do for today. I mean, I was looking at this like hot glue gun, you know, so I think that might be, you know, pretty interesting as like a maybe surface exercise with some fillets, you know, using special fillets. I think that'd be pretty cool. Oh, I just realized that I never posted here really quick. Before I go into CAD Tech Help, I forgot I didn't tweet any of this out. I am live right now. Come join. Paste. Tweet. And I'll do this here as well. Yeah, everybody come in. Come on and jam. Oh, that's interesting. Alright, well, let's do that. And, you know, we should have more people show up. So, yeah, everyone who's been watching up to this point has been the YouTube notification crowd. Or Discord crowd. Well, I mean, I'm live right now. And I'll do the famous at everyone. There we go. So everyone on. So yeah, for the people who are already in here, sorry for the extra ping, but you know, I like having a big party, you know. But yeah, let's look at CAD tech help. Super intricate sweep path on the handle. I think he's talking about my CAD model of the day. We can take a look at that. You know, where I did the fly swatter. Virus also asking, the only option to mate the shafts, the slot is contact detection with motion and motion analysis. I don't think so. I think you could use a slot mate. Let's test that out. Oh hey, Alessio just showed up. What's going on, my dude? Some random part. But let's try something here. Where I just get one of these. And I think the important thing here, let's try that. Let's get some sizes on these. 8 radius of 375. Maybe an angle. 90. Slot doesn't work in motion analysis. Oh, but he was saying in order to just get like a general motion, it's like, do you have to use motion analysis? And I was thinking, maybe not necessarily. Well, let's see. Try something like that. Yeah, that's... I know that the YouTube lag is real, but I don't think that's exactly his question. Unless I read it wrong. Let me read it again. Yeah, so he's not asking if slot mates work with motion. He's saying, in order to get these to move in the path, do I have to use motion detection? And I think the answer is no. You might be able to achieve that motion with a slot mate. Yep, that darned YouTube lag, I tell you what. Alright, so we got this thing. Junk. Okay. And let's just get this into an assembly. Let's float. Oh, come on. Let's get the bottom face with the top plane. Then the top with through the origin. That should have it spin in place. And now what should I do? Yeah, let me just try and make a simple cylinder. Maybe I should have just left it fix. Hang on. I know this is like a little goofy, but let's oops. Well, use my goof template. 1375 by 2. Okay, so we have junk, crap. So if I insert, so this is fixed now. If I insert crap and say that this and this are mated, so the question is, if I go to mechanical mate slot, does this get recognized as a slot? And it does. Yeah, so okay. Yep, and there's that general motion. So to answer your question, Virus, you do not have to have collision detection. So you have two options. Two. Very fun. So something that very interesting about the slot mate. So watch this. If I go here, let me go like this. And you see how this slot is created? Well, I'm just gonna manually, you know, kind of do one. So let's get something like this. So I know there's a slot tool, but you know, I'm gonna illustrate something here in a sec. like that. Let's get that tangent, this and this concentric, and then snap this in the origin concentric, this and this like that, and let's get dimension. Just gonna test something out here. 0.375. Yeah, and I know this is gonna be like slightly larger. 2.25. But it should accommodate. Alright, so now we have a plate that looks like that. Alright, so now we know this works. So if I copy this and say here to here, and then I try to mate with mechanical slot, if I try and click this, oh, it actually does detect it. Interesting. So you can either use the slot or, you know, you can draw it in yourself. Yeah, depends on what you need for your animation, because, you know, if I go to like, you know, motion study, you know, and bring this like here and then do that and that and then hit recalculate. There's an error there for some reason. You brought it too far over. But you can see that it's following the path without necessarily without motion. It's evaluating the slot. But if there's some other element in your assembly that does need collision detection, then you'll find hang on, add-ins, not toolbox but motion. You'll find that it is as Yaya and both Alessio says, you know, it'll say slot mates won't work. You know, they'll just be suppressed. Or not. That's interesting. No, they're not being evaluated. Yeah, it is as they say. It doesn't work. So then you would have to do something else, like, you know, put like a force. And I was gonna other direction, dude, like that, and say contact between this and that, and then, you know, that's going through the slot as well, something like that. Yaya wants to show me a link. Let me check. One sec, dude. Yep, that's true. Yeah, I knew about this, but I think, you know, the important thing here is to really read his question. He's not. It's like I was saying. He's not asking, you know, does slot mates work in motion analysis? Because the answer to that is no. He's asking, is my only option motion analysis with contact? Which the answer to that also no. He has two options. So that's the real answer here. But yeah, you know, and I just demonstrated that for you all as well. You know, you saw that I had the keyframes, wasn't doing anything, but with the force applied with contact, you know, then it works. Yeah, I think that can be the toughest part of teaching sometimes. It's like, you know, really paying attention to, you know, you gotta like really read into a question and see what they're trying to find out. But yeah, I think that's pretty good. Virus also asking. Dirt. Just in case we need to bring it back. You know, we don't need any of that. So while in motion analysis, is X the only way? Or yeah, maybe it's me not understanding. Yeah, well, I guess it's how you interpret mate the shafts. I think he just wants to see the cylinders in the slots and doesn't really care how that's accomplished. So I don't think there's like there's a prerequisite of having to use motion detection. It's like there is a mate option that you can use. Yeah, and maybe Virus will say it, and maybe, I mean, he'll get his answer either way, right? We talked about both ways, but I wanted to open up Fly Swatter. So I did this while I was really tired, so it's not the best practice ever. There's even a, wow, look at that, rebuild error. I'm such a slouch. But basically, I just have a sketch that first I have a sketch that just kind of it's just like a straight line along a plane, and it's just to divide the regions of like the Fly Swatter. And then what I do, let me get flat tree view. And then I do a 2D sketch of the 2D feature, so you know there's none of the twisting yet. So, but I do, you know, with relationships. If I go here, it's a lot. You know, that is horizontal with that. That is horizontal with that. So it keeps the regions separate. Didn't have to sweep, but the key to the what's it called, the twisting, is I just have a surface sweep that provides the twisting. I think you could also just do this with helix and spiral. Just use whatever's comfortable to you. But the important bit is that eventually I feed that to a 3D sketch. And that just that with a fit spline just kind of combines everything together. That's really the overview there. So, yep, 2D layout. I do the twisting. Oh, and the important thing is you can't, when you have a helix going in a certain way, mirroring is not the way to go. So you see like there's like half of this. The naive answer is to mirror to get the other half, and I can even show what happens when you try that. So, oops, wrong key here. Let's bring this over. You see, you get it also mirrors the handedness of the spiral, and then it actually kind of like produces that weird thing, which is not what you want. What you want is the spirals to intertwine with each other. So this is actually a case of circular pattern with two instances. So I think that's the other interesting key. Oh yeah, that's how I got that that weird looking thing there. Rob, tutorial on making sausages. It's funny you say that. Hang on. What day was that, dude? That was such a long time ago. 1 second. There's something very you derailed me here, but there's something very important I need to look. Oh yeah, that was literally the second day I had this computer. Oh, that's nuts, dude. 1 second. You're gonna love this. Look, it's a hot dog with a mustache. And if you've seen this before, then you might know the YouTube channel Ordinary Sausage on YouTube. So there's actually a couple configurations of the sausage. So there's that. There's the half, where he's like, uh-oh, he's been, someone took a bite out of him. And then there's also the 0. Oops. 0, check. There we go. So there's only a little piece of him left. I don't know if I'll go through the whole technique of this, but here, I'll show you where this appears. Let me see if I can even find it. Give me 1 sec. YouTube. Ordinary Sausage. 100K subscriber special. We need a pizza, Steve. Yeah, I think I got featured in this video. So if you haven't seen Ordinary Sausage, this guy is amazing.
Folks, and welcome back.
He literally
a very special episode. I'm not even mad about the water sausage anymore, because you know.
Yeah. So he basically takes suggestions from commenters, and you know he has like a sausage making kit that will like grind up whatever he puts into there into like a paste, and then he has sausage casings. So people will suggest weird stuff to turn into sausages, and he's made an entire YouTube channel on this.
We hit a new milestone.
He's amazing. But I think he goes for a pickle sausage here. It's already in sausage form, dude. Yeah, it looks like he's literally doing a pickle sausage.
The sausaging in the first place. Start with I think just the pickles.
Yeah, so I think. Yeah, so it looks like he puts other stuff in there too. But why I bring up this episode is that he actually takes artwork. He actually, asks for artwork of like his rating system. So whenever he does like an episode, he'll rate his, his creation, out of 5 sausages. So 5 out of 5 sausages means it's like the perfect best sausage, and 0 out of 5 means that sausage was disgusting. So let's see. A 1 out of 5. Hey, look, that's me. So yeah, I made that graphic in SolidWorks. So I'm a little. Yeah, so that's that really brings me back. Good stuff. That was a couple hundred days ago. Crazy to think about. But yeah. We need a Pizza Steve mod. What is a Pizza Steve? Pizza Steve. Oh, that's from Uncle Grandpa, isn't that? That could be. I probably shouldn't be in Google Images. Like, yeah, things can get very, very suspect very quick, and I don't want to get demonetized. But that's very interesting. Take a look at maybe we can get a Pizza Steve to be with the Ordinary Sausage model. Yep, look, he's looking at you. All right. Anyway, we can make a fast food fam. Oh, hey, Melectrica's here. Sorry I missed your comment there. I was so distracted with all the sausage. That's a sentence I never want to say again. Oh yeah, but yeah, I think let's get started. Actually, I kind of do want to look at this. While I have it open. Oh no, I need the whole configuration. There we go. I guess no eyes, but. So how did I end up doing this? When did I end up doing this? Feature properties. Wow. Oh, actually the 1-year anniversary of this model is coming up soon. Yeah, that's like next week. back when I did models at 7 p.m. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, usually when I'm not streaming, I procrastinate and do my models at the last second. So like I start with a surface sweep and I do a surface fill with probably tangent fill, knit that together, and that makes a sausage. I could probably also just do a regular sweep and just fillet that, but I guess the surface fill, that's not perfectly, circular profile. So it does give it a look. Revolve. I guess I revolved a little cone there. Looks pretty good. Break the edges. What the heck am I shelling? Oh, I shell. Oh, just so it can have a sausage, basically like a sausage casing. So that's what that was. Surface offset of the inside, and then thicken while enclosing the volume. Yeah, create solid from enclosed volume, and I believe this is what allows me to basically create. When it does the bite marks, I can do the two different colors. I have two different bodies, is what happens there. Cut extrude. What is that? Oh no, it looks like I had an idea. And hello. Oh, I guess so. That's a sausage, and then I start working on the glasses. So I just trace out some aviators. Do a couple of sweeps for the frame. I guess I can hide that. Hide. There we go. And then I do a sweep for the top bar. So that's the aviator. I thicken the lenses. So that's 2 thickens. And then dome. So dome is what actually creates the the curvature effect there. So not perfectly convincing, but usually you're not looking at it that close. Oh yeah, there's the mustache that Yaya really liked. So it's just a couple of splines like that. So I lofted this. That's pretty interesting. So when you loft something that tapers to a point like that, you get a degenerate surface. So if I do face curves, so it's typically what I did there is typically not recommended. So yeah, as you can see, the pink curves are tending to a point. That's a degenerate surface. So that can cause problems if you're trying to shell, especially. But I think that was not part of my plan. So mirror to get that shape to the other side. I guess in simplicity, that works pretty well. Then mirror the two, and then knit them. Together. So yeah, it looks like that worked out pretty well. Couple of move copy bodies, and I guess that's just to get it onto the face of the sausage. What was this? Hello? And I guess for these cut extrudes, these probably turn on when I go to the half configuration. It's supposed to be a body in there. So yeah, that's why there's 2 bodies inside of each other. Yeah, so then the cut extrude turns on, everything else turns off. So it doesn't even calculate the glasses and the mustache making. And then additionally with, if I go to the 0 config, yeah, I guess I left these little things in here. It's a little bit sloppy. It's not the worst I've ever done, but I'm better than that. Yeah, it's super easy to fix too, by the way. I really could have just rolled back like this section. There's only 2 bodies here, so there's a thicken that needs to go away. Yeah, to me, I think could even just do a delete face. I might just say delete and patch and pick the conical faces here like that. Yeah, and then they just go away. And then you don't have any of that weird intersecting business. Perfection. Yeah, exactly. It really does make a difference. But now that little artifact is gone. Yeah, this was lazy Rob making this because, well, I mean, I don't want to say lazy, but it's just you know, I have to do one of these every day, so it's just easy for me to go back with 2020 hindsight and like, I could have done that better. I could have done that better. But you know, I still think it's good learning stuff. You know, we can learn from my old shortcomings and mistakes. So yeah, I'm really glad you mentioned a sausage tutorial. You kind of got it in a way. And there's an axis because that's what helped me animate it spinning about an axis. Yeah, he groovin'. He groovin'. Alright, so let's get to the real thing for today. So I don't really have a sketch picture, just have this glue gun in front of me that I'm just gonna do my best to I'm just gonna do my best to reverse engineer. Let's see. So I just have a pair of calipers. I'm gonna go on the front plane here. So here, let me go full webcam so you can take a closer look at what I'm dealing with here. It's a glue gun. So I think, you know, if we make this shape here, that can be one thing. This can be another feature. If I look at it from the side like that, that looks like a slot. So I might, you know, sketch a slot and draft it out. Or maybe a loft, since that looks like a curve. But yeah. I think I'm going to put the origin like kind of right in the middle. So the center, you know, in line with where the glue comes out, let's say. Yeah, I was saying, by the way, how did you hide the version from SOLIDWORKS' interface? The one after the splash screen. Oh, that's true. That is a thing. So Yaya's talking about, hang on. Bro, the glue. if you look at the screen like a long time, you'll notice that it just says SOLIDWORKS. It doesn't say SOLIDWORKS 2020 or 2021. And if you look down here, it just says SOLIDWORKS. In a regular thing of SOLIDWORKS, it'll say SOLIDWORKS 2020 or SOLIDWORKS 2021, a service pack 0. So the way you do that, let me see. SOLIDWORKS shortcut. I believe I made a custom shortcut on my desktop. Here, I'm looking for it. 1 second. It's not here. Stream setup. Yeah, it's this shortcut, I believe. So if I go to right click and hit properties. Yeah, normally it'll say C program file SOLIDWORKS Corp. You know, just a generic exe. So here, I'll copy this because this is the magic sauce here. So yeah, I'll give you a short tutorial on how to do that. So you want to open up an Explorer window, go into your C drive, program files, SOLIDWORKS Corp of the year that you want to use, SOLIDWORKS, and if you go into here, what I like to do is click an exe and then sort by type, which it already is. Let me make this window bigger. And you're looking for this sldworks.exe. That's the executable. Oops. And then what you can do is right click and drag and say create shortcuts here. Yeah, so I got sldworks.exe shortcut, right click, properties. So, you know, there's the path and everything. So the thing you want to append at the very end is this phrase, /sw generic main win title. I'll put that in the chat in case you want to do this as well. Apply, okay. And then when you double click, it's going to ask me about a journal file because this is the second instance of SOLIDWORKS I'm opening. But if you open SOLIDWORKS from this window, or not, it just did it. That's kind of cool. There we go. Then you get the generic SOLIDWORKS with no year. So I learned that trick when I was in a SolidWorks VAR, because it's important not to kind of date your videos, like, because using SolidWorks 2020 or 2021 seems, oh, that's a recent version of SolidWorks, versus like if you think about 5 years from now, if they see SolidWorks 2020 in a video, it's like, oh, that's kind of a dinosaur version. Why is he using that? It's like literally like not even a big deal. But yeah, tricks of the trade. I might be able to do something interesting here too. If I think /D is another one. Apply. Let me see if that works. If that wants to do anything. Being a little SolidWorks hacker. It's probably asking me about a read-only copy. That's fine. Yeah. So /D, what you notice if you look at the top here, you get File, Edit, View, Insert Tools, and then Developer Tools, which is pretty interesting. Nothing really interesting here. It sounds like, ooh, I found this interesting thing of SolidWorks, but it's mostly for debugging and test purposes. So maybe if I do check feature, maybe I have to pre-select. So what if I do this one with an error on it? Check feature, no error found in first pass. Do detail check. Interesting. No error found. And I think error in this case is not a rebuild error like, the one that Sweep 1 is experiencing. It's like, is it creating geometry that it's not supposed to? Check radius of curvature. That's interesting. Maybe you have to click a face first. Check radius of curvature. That didn't do anything. Not as far as I can see. I'm trying to see if it generated another window. But yeah, it would seem like it's a really interesting thing to have, but it's more just like an Easter egg more than anything. Let's go back to my sausage. Versus this, you see I don't have the developer tools menu there. The silence from Yaya's end, I assume means that he's actually going to try some of this stuff out for himself. If that's the case, let me know how it goes, dude. Yeah, but we're going to start constructing the body of our... I thought there was a way to put custom text like SolidWorks Yaya's version. Oh, not that I know of, but what you can do... And maybe you already know this too, dude, but if you go to File... No. Okay, so this is... Looks like it has reset itself. So, let me show you something interesting. If I go to Tools... I think Customize? Commands? No. Menus. Yes, menus. You can actually change the names of menus. So for the name, so I'm looking at pack and go. So I could say pack it up your butt and go. And you say rename, hit OK. And I think next time you go, yeah, you can actually rename commands, which is kind of funny. So you can do that, type whatever you want. Not very professional, so definitely if you're thinking of screen sharing with potential clients, it might not be the best of looks to, have that appear on your screen suddenly. But I do find it very, very amusing, nonetheless. Yeah, exactly. You want my files? You want to pack and go? How about you pack it up your ass and go? I just find it really. I just realized like I'm way past the first minute. Like apparently you can't. You can do mild profanity in YouTube videos after the first minute has passed and you won't get demonetized, but we'll find out, you know. Customer support fired after reading his custom name out aloud. Yeah, just use that command. I wonder how far you could take that too, honestly. But yeah, like all sorts of like weird customizations you can do. Never really looked at it. If I go to menus, insert. So interesting. I never thought of renaming the actual features. This is probably gonna come to bite me. But what if I, instead of dome, what if I call this bubble? Hello? Well, it's not letting me add it. What if I hit add or rename? Hello? Well, whatever. Insert features. No, it's still called dome, so yeah, I haven't done so much, you know, messing around with that, but it is kind of funny. All right, so I didn't pull my dimension. So silly of me. So it's like 3.5. You know, I'm not gonna try and do like a perfect, you know, like a perfect, what's it called? Like reverse engineering of this. So let's try like that. Yeah, I'm just gonna focus on the front shape first. So what I might try and do, I'll probably turn that into construction. Oh no, I don't want to. Dang it. No, that's not what I want. I need just a regular arc. Yeah, I have no idea. I don't really have a good way to measure that radius, so I'm gonna take a wild guess on that. 0.25. Turn that into construction. And that should be horizontal with each other. Then for like the actual handle part, let's try this. I think the easiest would be I can measure from the top of this to the bottom of the handle. Not necessarily the most accurate, but it's like the easiest ones I can get, and I'm still like estimating. Well, it looks starting to look like 4.5. Okay, and then I perhaps can put a distance from the left side to that arc point, which is looking like 1.875. And again, this arc I'm gonna have to guess at 12. I could probably estimate the horizontal distance between this. I guess 1.25. Oh, that's basically what it's at, you know. Looking pretty good. So there's like a fillet I have to tell my brain to ignore, or fillet as Danielle would call them. Power trim. So what I'm gonna do, keep trimmed entities as construction geometry. This is a new option in 2020, I believe. It allows you to do that. So because if I do that and destroy this entity, things would turn blue again. But with this, I can easily, you know, turn stuff into construction. The base of this handle looks like 1.37. Oh, dang it. 37.5. Yeah, it looks like there's a chamfer down here that I'm gonna ignore. Definitely when you're making the first initial features, you want to ignore as many as the initial many of the details as possible. Then this gets a line like from here to like over here, and then connects back here. And I'm wondering if I could get a perpendicular distance, perhaps, like 1.2. And again, this isn't rocket science. I'm just... There we go. Grabbing that. Turning that into construction. Oh, I goofed that. I want absolute distance. 1.25. And there shouldn't be too much stuff left. What other... Oh, gosh. I mean, I could guess at an angle here. No biggie. Maybe 10. And 10. Hooray, symmetry. So that's like our initial shape there. Just gonna go ahead and extrude that to a depth of 1.125. It's a little bit bigger than it actually is, but we got a block. Glue gun. Alright, so let's start working at this. So if I point this glue gun directly at you, and maybe move it like over here, and maybe like get a pencil or something to point with. If you look at, you know, this, there we go. If you look at this, that's a full round fillet. So that's something we can easily do with the fillet tool. If you go to the fourth option here, you pick one face, then the middle face, and then the end face. You see that gets you that full round. You don't have to type in any value because it's derived by the geometry itself. Yeah, so I think this is going to be interesting because I do see a variable fillet here. So I think what we can try and do, let's do the fillet tool, variable fillet, and the key here is that you need to actually select all of the edges that you're going to do the transitions between. And it looks like a really small fillet on towards the top of the glue gun here. I'm just going to set 1/16 of an inch fillet, which is pretty good. But then over here, that looks like closer to like 1/2 inch, honestly. Get something like that. 0.5. Yeah, that looks like something. Although it doesn't start transitioning until it gets like 2 inches down from the top. So maybe what I'll try and do here, let me grab this dot, its p-value, let me make this lower, so 37.5 maybe, like that, and this will be 0.0625. That's better, I would say. So you see it starts with that constant radius, and it does not start changing until it gets to that. I might even back it off to like 30% of the way there, so it'll bring that back. There we go. Need to go back to edge 1. Need to create a similar, so you click on the pink dot. Oh, I have to use the inverse. Well, it's not too bad because I just can put 70%, 0.0625, and that looks pretty good. Excuse me. So it's kind of like making... You can kind of see it there. That character where it has this really tight fillet, or this really tight fillet back here, and that fillet just like opens up as it comes to the bottom. So if you've never used variable fillet, you know, that was like your little crash course. I think I could just put regular fillets. Oops. Right here and right here. And those look closer to like 1/4 of an inch more than anything. Maybe this one a little bigger. Like that. And yeah, there's I'm looking at a very interesting feature. So if I, again, maybe you can help show this if I show the full webcam. Do I have a pencil? That'd be dope. Hello, pencil. I have a pen. I think I left it on my other table over there. That can go there. Oh. Turn. Cameras are weird. There we go. But there's this interesting feature where, you know, there's like a fillet like right here. It continues down and then it just like expands into like a very narrow chamfer. And it's just kind of what, like if I do that, yeah, you can see the chamfer there, right here. Chamfer that just kind of merges into a fillet. That's going to be interesting. Let's try it out though. I think what it can do, honestly, let's use another custom fillet. So variable, again, I'm gonna have to pick all of these. And actually what I might end up doing, oof, that's goofy. One, missed this one, and this one. I might even cut this whole thing in half and just mirror if I can get the character right on one side. Oh, hang on. Sorry about that. All I did was, you know, I just looked back at this edge, started the chamfer tool. Well, here. Yeah, let me go with the second method I was talking about. So there's like a weird fillet that I need to apply here, you know, throughout this edge. It's symmetric, so I'm gonna take advantage of that. Like, even though like I kind of put in some work here, you know, I don't want to fall victim to sunk cost fallacy. You know, sometimes it's easier to do, to just change course than to keep going with what you're doing. So what I'll do is with surfaces, say cut with surface and just destroy one side like that, and then I'll mirror at the very end. But what that will allow me to do is to grab variable fillet. I have to grab each of these pieces. Get out of the way, box. You're in the way. Get out of the way. Alright, so no preview yet, but that's because they're all unassigned. So let's start with a small radius. Oh god, 2 decimal points. And say set all. There you go. Now we get a preview. And for the profile, I'll say, can I do, oh, that is interesting. Oh, asymmetric. Yes, I can. Oh, I was about to say, oh, this whole plan's in jeopardy. Because what I can do here, move some of these boxes out of the way. So radius 1, where's that pointing? Here, let me do it like this, and boink, pin. That's going to stay right there. I need radius 1 to be wider here. Yeah, like how much? That's a good question. Like 0.5, so I'll just keep cranking this up a little bit. Oops. Maybe not that much. And then this. Hello? Yeah, it can go get a little bit larger as well. Maybe one tick more. And it's kind of a straight transition from the whole handle portion. So what I'll do here is I'll get this. Oh, it copied it over. That is so cool. That's exactly what I wanted. I might move this up to 85% though, so you know, pushing that transition up even further. Oops, reverse orientation. Nope, I don't know what you're selling, but I don't want any of it. I might have to move on to edge 5 here, in which, so radius 1 needs to be 0.5. There we go. And this 0.1875. Yeah, so that's kind of the character that we're looking for here. Hit OK, and this is definitely going to be easier to see if I turn those tangent edges into phantom. So that's kind of like the thing we got going on here. But didn't I say that this was a chamfer? This is clearly a fillet. Well, the reason I did it this way is, number one, you know, this up here is a fillet, so that needs to stay this way. But if you go into chamfer, you don't have any of those fancy options for like sizing one chamfer into a smaller one using the chamfer tool. And that doesn't exist in SOLIDWORKS. But that does not mean it can't be done, and you know, I'll show you right now. If let's do this. We're gonna delete some faces. Delete face. If I do delete and fill and then turn off tangent fill, I think this edge is gonna throw it off, so I might have to edit. So let's see. Oh yeah, that looks like hot garbage. Yeah, we're not happy with that. So let me change delete face into just regular delete, turn it into a surface body. So if this is a chamfer, then this has to be like flat. So what I'll do is just sketch on that bottom face since it's flat, and just kind of draw how the chamfer will go, and then say trim surface, and hello, should be able to, it doesn't like it. I might have to do it as a 3D sketch. No, it's no worries. So let me just delete that and say 3D, and then I could just say from this point to this point. So it's not difficult 3D sketching, fortunately. But with that, I should be able to trim surface. There we go, no problems at all. We want to remove that selection. So we get something like that. And what I might even do, honestly, I think, you know, well, let's try filled surface. I think it'll look like garbage still, but we'll see. If I right click and say select open loop, oh, that doesn't actually seem so bad. I need a little bit more info on that mesh display. Let's get higher. That's actually pretty good. I wasn't expecting it to be that good. Merge, create solid. Yep, that's pretty good. And then what I can do now with this, and that's gonna have to be just a regular small fillet will work. Into this. Oh, it doesn't like it. I might have to do face fillet then. This is a full of fillet episode, huh? So let's try from this face to this face. Okay, it adds. Oh, and it adds there too. That's great. Looks a little weird there. But it is adding, after all. That's not so bad. And I suspect I'll probably have to do the same thing. You guys are getting the full crash course on fillets today. So that's the character. We have this flat chamfer that transitions not only in size but in shape into a regular round fillet. Marvelous. Spectacular. And then, you know, now I can just... Here, let me see if there's any other things I want to... There's a chamfer that needs to happen here. Though I think the chamfer tool's gonna bug out a little bit. But I think I can actually do that after I mirror, so let me think about this. Yeah, there's really no other feature, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do the mirror right now. So that bodies this, make sure merge solids is on and knit surfaces is on. That prevents the line across the middle from forming, so you can see that's all one face. Save. And I'm gonna take a swig of my drink here. That's good stuff. Check Discord. Yeah, sure. Let's take a quick break. SolidWorks, nice. You got it. You got the dark mode, and you got it. And you just got the plain old SolidWorks. I think this looks cool, too. And also, you know, in addition to being like a practical like thing for like SolidWorks presenters, it just looks cool to just have like SolidWorks there. Looks like a thermometer for COVID. Yeah, it kind of does. Yeah, I've definitely been beamed in the face by this before. You know, I could just like be lazy and be like, hey, that's it. And then Modelchi's saying, you should probably activate. Yeah, I know like some Windows installs will be like annoying with that, but you know, we'll figure it out. So we got this mirrored, that's good. Let's go ahead and do something like this. And that angle's a lot steeper. It's actually pretty close to 45. Let's say 40. See what that looks like. That looks pretty good. And then it's approximately half the distance, you know, like into this. Can I get a vertex to here, bro? There we go, vertex. Yeah, something like that. And, you know, with just a single open contour, you can go into your cut extrude, say through all both, and flip the arrow, and that will cut just like that chamfer. So the things I see here, there's a small fillet right here. Maybe a little less small like that. And I'm going to hit OK because I want this fillet to actually create a continuous path. So now all that's left, if I do that, now, yeah, it should grab all of the faces there. And that's looking pretty good. This model's going well so far. let me see if I can start working on the back part. So what I'll do is let me show this sketch again. And I'll probably do like this, basically the same technique. So I'm going to start a sketch, take this and say offset, because it's a little bit inset, maybe by like, yeah, 1/8 of an inch. That's good. And I can convert this, turn that into center line, and then I can say mirror. That doesn't look right. I don't like it. It's probably gonna have to be mirrored about a different center line, to be, if I'm being honest with you. Yeah, because that looks very bad. Yeah, let me get a center line. Just draw one out here. I'm gonna have to test. Could say make that infinite length. And you know, just try 0.3125, 5/16 of an inch. And then get the mirror on. That's better. That is way better. So in order to close this up, you know, I'm just gonna do that. You know, that will eventually merge with the rest of the body here. So I don't really have to worry about that. But this has a little bit of like a curved. Wait, this needs to die. There we go. Like there. Has a little bit of a curved back that appears to be like at an angle. It's very slight. You know, I could probably get away with just not modeling it at all, but you know, I like to make things hard for myself for some reason. 2. There we go. Can get an overall length here. 0.1875. A little less. Looks good. And then, okay, so that's looking good and fully defined. And I'll be working on this with multi-bodies. I think that'll make it the easiest. So extrude that to a length of 0.9. Uncheck merge results. Then we could start working on this. So again, if I put the back to you, looks like a slot, but I can accomplish that with 2 full round fillets. You know, definitely will help because a slot will be kind of hard to like, you know, get this kind of character into it. So, you know, boss extrude into a full round. And I can just rinse and repeat. Unfortunately, you can't do multiple sets of full round fillets. Those just have to live in different features. Oof. Big oof. I might have to make it a little thinner. Let's just do 0.75. Let's try that. I mean, I could also just default to regular fillets as well. So that does add, and barely so. Yeah, I might actually have to make the mirror distance a little bit larger, so I can go here and bump that up. That's looking better. Hey, it's Moose. What's going on, Moose? Glad to see you. I like the way that's looking. Save. Save in a swig. Alright, so. Yeah, there is this line. So this is like more industrial design stuff. So what I might do here. So far, so good. Let's get a line from here and, oh shoot, let me hide. because I need to snap to this. I want to try and split. Coincident. Oh, we've started moving. And this line is at a very slight angle. Maybe like 3 degrees. Is it kind of in the middle? Not really. I'll just give this and a distance from the origin. Looks like that really wants to be 0.5. I'll give it to it. Now with that, I can say split. Split these two faces like that. And then now, with my surfaces, I can go ahead and say offset of 0, which means copy. Pick these 3. And then with the one surface body, I can say thickened cut towards the inside, and that's going to be very slight. See if I can even measure that. 30 thousandths, or 1/32 of an inch. Oh no! What happened? Oh, I forgot a 0. Very critical. That's better, and I get this kind of garbage at the end, so I'll get delete face, delete in patch. I don't think it even matters, honestly. It's just because it's going to get merged on the inside of the body too. Oh no, that's the outside, so that's going to cause a problem for sure. So yeah, good thing I did that. And then there's also this kind of like cutaway here. You can see a little bit of the glue stick in there. Back from shopping by bike. Long time no see. I'm glad you do that too. Yeah, I have my electric bike and I take it to my local Publix whenever I want a snack or something like that. Or I have to do some like simple grocery shopping. It's really nice, you know. I really love my truck, but it's just like, you know, it can be a pain to just drive around and, you know, having to park. So a bike is really nice. But I'm really glad you're back, Moose. We missed you. Alright, so for this cutout, we'll do a couple of things. Let me show this. Let's get front. A sketch in the front plane. We'll convert that. We will offset that. And that honestly looks, you know, pretty close to, you know, maybe that. Okay, and then this line is vertical. Yeah, this is looking a little bit like a mess, but we'll clean it up here in a sec. So we can do that. Oh, I need to trim because I need that corner. Your bike's a bend. It's a recumbent bike. That's cool. Never tried a recumbent bike before. Is it supposed to be bent, or did something happen to it, or is that its design? Trim. So I could honestly, probably should close the sketch just to be diligent. There we go, trim. I think I'm just gonna remove some of these. There we go. So fun. It's so fun. It's a bike with a lawn chair. Oh, that's really, really good. Sounds like a lot of fun. Just do through all both. That's what I want. Pretty good. We're doing pretty good here with the model. We just want some small fillets here, like 30 thousandths. Maybe on the back as well. Looks good, looks good. Can I do this? Yep. It'll add it. And then this. Yeah, it's looking good. And I'm not going to be able to get this fillet until... yeah, until I merge. Very cold, but uphill climbing keeps me warm, I imagine. Yeah, riding uphill is so tough. No. Combine. Yeah, so you could see like that one face didn't really matter in the end. And then now, it doesn't like that. I might have to get a fillet. It just really hates that. From here to here. Okay, that seems to work out. And I need it there anyway. Yeah, let me do that. But let me see if I can edit this. And perhaps add this in here. Oh, no, I can't. My bent has a 34 tooth sprocket, so easier on a 7% grade. Wow, talk about torque there. Putting out some serious numbers. Bikes are really amazing vehicles, like, you know, in terms of just like being super efficient with the in terms of just being super efficient with you know, the power that goes in with the motion that comes out, you know, really nothing beats a bike. You know, cars are amazing and stuff, like I love, you know, I love trucks and cars and stuff like that, but you know, even the best engines today can only get like 50% of the potential energy out of gasoline into the wheels. But, you know, it's an engineering challenge that engineers like to do. Who would have thunk it? This is looking great. Bikes are open concept cars. Yeah, for sure. Alright, we're getting there. There's a feature I need to do here. And I don't know how I want to do it. Alright, let me try something quirky. Yeah, so I guess the next feature I'm looking to do is like this kind of like little kickstand thing. What now? What now? So I started a sketch here, right? So let's get a small line representing that small face. Oh, I goofed it up. I didn't mean to make that vertical. And then this, I snapped this here. Looks great work. Oh, thank you, man. You know, I honestly am learning while I teach you guys. Just like, you know, every model's a new challenge, and you know, I always have ideas of like how I'm gonna do stuff, but you know, sometimes my ideas don't work, and sometimes I like to be creative and try new things, which is a little bit of what's happening here. So 0.2. 0.2. And how long is this? Well, I'll try and measure to the virtual like center line. Like 1.9, maybe 2 even. So the length of this being 2. Hey, it's just Wanth. What's going on, man? Hi, Rob. I just woke up now. Looks like you're doing some interesting stuff with surfacing. Good morning from India. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, man. I've been doing a lot of awesome stuff, I hear. Yeah, we're doing some interesting stuff here. So we have this. So what I want to try and do, let's extrude a surface. Now, how long is this? It's more than an inch, it looks like, so I'll give that 1.0625. Like that. Oops. I wonder, if I take this and I thicken it, but like a lot. Oh yeah, that's true. I hope you're very safe there in over in India, Yaswant. I've heard they got more equipment for like the emergency that's going on there, but it must be very crazy stuff going on there. And yeah, I hope you and your family are doing well. Yeah, thank you for reminding me about that. Okay, so that looks fine. But what if I direction of pull this? That is the wrong way. That is the right way. There we go. We're gonna do a bit of draft. And it does seem to expand out a little bit, but it looks a little too thick. And honestly, I think I kind of missed where it was going. Let me adjust this sketch. So I might bring that down to 135 even. Let's try 137. Better, but I think 135 is the hot ticket. There we go. And then let's just do a very slight draft from here. And this is going to go outward, actually. So that is correct. Can't help but think this looks a lot thinner on my hand, so I'm just gonna bring that down to an eighth. Yeah, that's better. That's much better. And let's merge or combine yet again. And there is a large fillet that needs to happen here, so I'll start with that. So that's, really the key to having the best chance of success with your fillets is to do the largest ones first, typically. And there's actually no fillet here. It's pretty much sharp. And then we have very slight fillets, like 30 thousandths. Just like this. Yep, and they do go up like that from what I'm seeing. And let me go back into this. There we go. This is turning out great so far, I think. It's not like the perfect splitting image, but we're getting there. So that's the main body. I might just leave it in one piece. Like realistically, you would actually, split this into two halves, run draft analysis, and put tongue and groove. But again, think this is just a daily CAD, just to kind of show you what you can do. So how do I want to do this now? So there's a hole that I think I should propagate throughout the entirety of the device here. So let's try a hole on the right plane. And I did my best to like kind of center the glue stick location about the origin. I might have to move it down a little bit. But let's see here. 3, 2, 5. If I say extrude cut through all both, yeah, that's hitting a little bit high. I might even have to have it at an angle, honestly, which is okay. Here we're all house arrested. Hope the situation comes to normal soon. Yeah, I totally agree. You know, I'm just ready for, you know, COVID to be over in general. But yeah, wishing you and your family well and all your friends well. Let's do this. Let's get out of the sketch. Let me find the centroid of this face with a point like that. So that's the centroid of that face. I want to find the centroid now of just this part. Though that's not very convenient. I mean, I could do a split line. Let me try that. 3D sketch. From there to there. Yeah, I don't mind splitting up this face. Split line on this. Oops. Oh, that's not gonna work. Current sketch on face 1. Yeah, if that doesn't like it. Oh, I'm such a goof. Why am I doing it like this? And I don't need a 3D sketch. Just get a sketch on the right plane. You know, just center it up. And then I could just literally do the same thing. So even though it's over there, with the split line, it will project in the right place. Hopefully. Go the right way, buddy. Yeah, there we go. And then now I can get a reference point on the centroid of that face. So that's going to be a little bit at an angle, I bet. It's no worries. And then with the front plane, just get myself a line and just put, say, that point in this line, coincident. This point in this line, coincident. And just out of curiosity, I'm going to put a driven dimension here. Oh, it's pretty close to straight. So it's like a fraction of a degree, but it's definitely lower than the origin. Yeah, I can say select midpoint, put that right under there, and just make this some arbitrarily large number. So once we have this line, I can go to swept cut, circular profile, and I could say 0.325. Yeah, that looks much better. Hide. I think I can go ahead and make the nozzle. But for that, I could reuse this, you know, use that as a revolve kind of thing. And I think I'm gonna model it as solid and then shell it out. So this is going to be important. I'm going to have to go perpendicular from these lines, so I'm just going to draw them goofy like this so it can come back and say make perpendicular. There we go. The tip is 150 thousandths, but divided in two. 115 over 2. The base the base is like, I'm going to say 0.5. It's going to be an estimation. So that, 0.25, like that. And it's going to start right before the nozzle entrance zone. Do I want to snap it to the fillet? It's probably not a good idea, actually. Let me grab this and that. 0.625, and then say flip its sense, which will bring it over to its other side. So now we just need an overall length of, 0.625, I would say. Alright, that's looking great. Revolve that around there, don't merge. To make this fit into there a little bit more perfectly, I could say indent with this being the main body, cut with this, and I could just put a very slight gap there. So just 10 thousandths, so gives you this kind of business. Might even just break that sharp edge with a small fillet like that. And now I think what I'll do, I'll shell this, and that's probably gonna be like 10 thousandths because if it's made of sheet steel, it'll look like that. I could probably make it a little thicker, maybe 25. Raj saying nice glue. Thank you, my man. We're working on it here. We're getting there. Yeah, that looks better. I can break this. A small fillet. And while I'm here, might as well make an actual glue stick, I think. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to make any of the internal mechanisms. Maybe that could be a future model of the day, but I do want to, get... There's like an advancing mechanism here that you can see. Like if I show this to you, it's this white bit here. I'd like to make that detail. I still need to make the actual glue stick itself, and then the trigger, and then I think I'll call it done. I'll start putting appearances and stuff. So for like the trigger mechanism, I'm gonna draw, let's just do a slot centered about, yeah, like that. Slot centered about there. 1375. Hey, you're supposed to be snapped there, sir. There we go. And I'm gonna give that some radius. 125. Is that too much? Yeah, that's way too much, dude. What am I thinking? Can go one step smaller. I think one step plus 0.01325. There we go. Split the difference. And yeah, I need that hole, but do I want to put that in before? That's a good question. I think it'll work out. So what I'm thinking is do that and then extrude mid-plane, and it's just going to be like half an inch. It's going to be kind of small. Yeah, that's actually perfect. Don't merge. And then again with the indent, that's the main body. Select cut and hit OK. And now we have that kind of like extruding mechanism in there, at least the part you can see. Kind of black boxing the rest of it. What else? How are we doing on time? We're almost at 2 hours, which is pretty typical. Because I spend like an hour just like checking on the community and stuff. So we're about like an hour into this model, which is good. But as far as the actual glue stick itself, I'm just gonna take this, convert, get this, and put that right underneath the origin, so it'll just kind of hang out. But this, I can do that, make that longer, 4 inches. I think 4-inch glue stick is a thing, you know. So with that, how wide is a glue stick? I have a little bit sticking out here. It's like 275. Can sweep, circular path, 7.5. And again, with the multi-bodies, you know how I dig that stuff. There's your glue stick. Now we need it. All we need is a trigger, really. Let's take a closer look at that. Maybe I'll even switch to full webcam so we can kind of study this. Let's cover my face. So it seems like a simple, almost like triangular shaped trigger, and it's got some like features like this, like little rectangle. What I think I should do is honestly make the triangle shape and then just kind of sweep those in there to, you know, achieve its final look, and then use an indent to fit it into place. So, wow, this feature tree is looking pretty busy. We're going. Raj saying, I love multi-body modeling. Yeah, same. Tell me about it, dude. It's very underrated in my opinion. I'm just gonna do my best to like visually match it up. Just keep this simple. So that's, you know, part of the trigger you can't see, so I'm just gonna kind of black box it, you know. 0.5, and if anything, I'll bring it further in. 0.625. Oh, we're not looking SolidWorks. Thank you so much, dude. Sorry about that. I am so potato. You didn't miss very much though. All I did was I sketched this line. These are just 2 arcs here, and I just started putting dimensions on stuff. Ah, thanks, man. You really saved my you really saved my hide there. I even made a mental note to myself to switch back before continuing, but I just forgot. We're all human. Yeah, I think like sections of a protractor. I think that's a good way to do it. Let me lock this like into place. So 2. So I have this. So I think I could actually define the location of this point and then get a certain trigger shape. So I think I like that idea. So maybe, yeah, that 2 inches down from the origin. And I think this should fully define it. Yeah. It's really nice to expect. It's like, I think this will do it, and then it does. You know. To get the true thickness of that, I need a micrometer. But I'm lazy, so I think I'm just going to guess. Let's try 1/32 of an inch. No, that's way too thin. Or a quarter? Or not a quarter, but 1/8. I think that looks reasonable. Like that. We can bring back the sketch. And we can get some planes. So I want a plane right at the very end of that. Sketch. Just get a center rectangle. Like this. See that it is pierced to this path. And then this I can more easily measure. And I might have to do some trimming with this. This 0.325 width. This is 175. that. And you can sweep, oh yeah, sketch this along this path. Oof. No, I need selection manager. And I just get my bulk select, that. Oh, that's peculiar. So for this, Oh, I just realized something. I might actually have to start with the other profile. Well, not really. I might be able to get away with a move face, but this is, I think that looks good. So the feature scope, I want it to be with that body. There we go. I want to do a move face to extend this a little bit further out. Yeah, set to offset. Hide. And then what I can go ahead and do, try to get a swept boss. I'm still thinking that I might have made the trigger body itself a little too thick, but let's see. So that wants to be 150. No, I think this will work. Only if I do it right. Selection manager, and I just want the one path. There we go, just like that. Yeah, there you go. I actually need to trim this, so I goofed up a little bit. It's not the worst thing ever. But I did make it tougher on myself. What I might try and do here is just unmerge the result. So then I can do that. Oh, I might be able to take that curve and say offset to the other side, and it's going to be very slight, maybe 50 thousandths. Can I extend that? That's great. Yeah, that actually looks kind of what's there, actually. Might even just like snap it to the that might make it angry. Let's see. But if I extrude, cut through all both, other side, please. Go the other way. There we go. And just select only this body. Yeah, that's what we get. That's exactly what I want. And before I merge it all back together, I can get a small fillet here. Here. Oops. I'll just do the whole thing. Combine. Let me turn off ambient occlusion for a sec so I can take a closer look. I think that's looking really good. And then again with the indent tool, I just love this command so much. Cut. And I'll say 25 thousandths. Yeah, it's pretty sharp, so I'll leave it like that. But I think that's our glue gun shape. Like, I know I don't have like an electrical cord, but you know, in terms of like the industrial design aspect, I should have been able to hit on most of it. So let's see if we can't, you know, put some texture on it. I know this has like a certain pattern. It's really, you know, that face has a pattern. So let's do that. Oh, I can do feature? But does that get me what I want? Not really. No, let's just do that. Like that. And then, oh, I can't select tangency here, so I'm just going to have to manually select these three and apply it. Just going to put steel. That'll take care of the little tip, even though we know this thing isn't made of steel, right? Or maybe that was a bad choice. Yeah, it's going to be a bad choice, but that's okay. We'll work through it. Let me edit the color so this isn't so violently blue. If I make it more cyan. Oh, maybe not that cyan. That's bright. Cyan sus. That's actually kind of close to what I want. Edit the HSV. Maybe bring these down a little bit. Oh, I actually need to kind of know what that code is. Let's just get a snipping tool. This. So now let's get, I'm gonna get a medium gloss plastic. I'll just put white, the whole part, but then go into here and just key in that color value again. So it'll be like the same color but not textured. So 76, 191, 191. So it'll look something like that. Save. And yeah, I need polished steel for this body. There we go. And this can be glass. It just needs to be something transparent. Oh, let's do frosted glass. There we go. There's your glue stick. And we actually need bits of white plastic too. So let's do low gloss white on that body. It's getting there. I see Madelchi waving. Are you heading out, dude? Adding some minor details. All right, I think for the piece de resistance, as they call it, let's flex the glue stick slightly. So if I do flex, and I bring the trim plane all the way back, because I only want it to like flex like out here. Oops. Oh, goofy. Please give me the little thing. The robot's in the way. There we go, something like that. And I could do bending. And that's going. I might want to bend like upward or something like that. Or maybe up into an angle, because this is a glue stick, it's flexible. Like that. You know, some degrees. Maybe not that much even. Just like a small detail. So again, you know, when you're flexing something, you don't want it to affect the output in here. You just move up the trim plane. Yeah, see, that's like pretty much on the money there. All right, let's do a render. Before I go, I'll do a render. And actually, just to improve its view a bit. Definitely want to try rendering with Blender. Hello? Who are you? I wonder if we could fix that with a fillet. I hope when I render that with photo view, it'll be fine. I don't care to fix that right now. Probably like the slightest of things. All right. Anyway, let's focus here. Let's turn on some perspective. I really like how this came out, though. All right. Add-ins, photo view. And then render. Integrated preview. Oh, I didn't want integrated preview, but I guess no, I really want preview window. And that's how you know it's getting kind of late for me. So let's try and fit this a little bit better into the frame. It's looking pretty good. I need the glass to be less transparent. Advanced illumination, transparent, maybe bring that back down to 60 so that it actually appears here a bit better. Hello? I'm gonna do 0. Let me do 30. Yeah, I think let's go ahead and send this one out. Render. See if my stream doesn't die. I really like this model. A lot of things going right. Looks all right, but it looks like I think it looks pretty good. So let me keep this in my back pocket. That texture part seems to have like a, it's appearing to have a different color than the rest of it, and I'm gonna see if I can fix that. So we'll put that away. We'll leave this up. If I copy this. Let me try add appearance just to a face. Let's clear that. I like when rendering moment arrives, it's like bringing your life to the design. Yeah, I totally agree. Oh hey, so it looks like it's letting me play around with that one face. It has the color values, but I want to see if I can play around with surface finish here, rather than like importing it. So if I do sandblast it, what does that give me? It's like barely noticeable. Let me see if I can't fix that with this. Crank that up. Crank that up. Let's do. Oh, let's try. I can see it in the preview, but I don't really see it reflected in photo view. What if I do neural and then just make it really small? Oops. Oh, I might have to change it in mapping. Let's see here. It's looking like something. That actually appears much better in the photo view. So I'm gonna pause that so I don't nuke my computer. And let me just apply them to the faces that had the previous texture on it, which I think are just those pretty much. All right, let me Control Shift Z should bring me back to the previous view. Oh yeah, here we go. Reset. So let's see how that goes now. Oh my god! How did I do that? I just made hair, just straight up. That's disgusting, but also very fascinating? Question mark. I guess I really did have to. Well, at least I know. I think I know what went wrong. That's gross looking. Yeah. Let me change this to 0.01. 01. Reset. Or let's hit OK. Reset. I didn't like that. It's an alien glue gun. No, it's literally the Needler from Halo 2. Or from the Halo series in general. Like, Needler gun. Yeah, I literally like made this for 1 second with the with the needles. Type 33 Needler. So why does it look like that? That's kind of gross looking. So now it's like not even doing the texture. Edit. I'll try and turn up the strength a little bit. And then we do preview window. Oh, now it's a Needler again. Keep it. It should become a hot item. I like your enthusiasm there. What the? Surface. Yeah, I'm changing both of these in tandem. That might not be the right strategy here. That looks better, except the mapping looks pretty bad. And I think I could even cut that distance in half once more. So mapping, instead of projection, that'll do it. Set to surface. I think that'll help us here. Then for the surface finish, grab this at 5,000 instead. Preview. Yeah, that texture's looking weird. Or what I could do, since I am viewing it from one plane basically. Yeah, the mapping's not very advanced in SolidWorks, so oh, now it's just pixely. Fair enough. I could just set to projection about the, oh god. I'm gonna guess. Is it this one? It's weird that the preview isn't like being very cooperative either. We'll see. What if I turn off bump mapping? Maybe it's not appropriate to have both of these on at the same time. Hit OK, and just like refresh this. It still looks pretty bad, actually. I don't even know if that's like a preview thing either. Here, let me check something here. Yeah, I lost my little triad that would have, let me know what that is. Triad. That should be on. So I needed the YX plane, or the XY plane for the mapping. Projection. Yeah, so I did pick the right one. Oops. Let's do edit. Maybe instead of displacement, I just say bump. We're learning together. That looks better. That's much more uniform. We'll go with that, I think. And maybe just turn up the strength on it just a hair and then call it a day. Yeah, I think I like that. Send that one to the races. Let's go. Right. Let me check if anything new's happening on Discord. Oh, this thing is persistent. Can I make this smaller? Sort of. Oh, there it's starting to appear. Yeah, I really like the way this is coming out. And before, oh, let me move. Yeah, so yeah, the SOLIDWORKS 2020, it actually turns it a bit wider. It sees. Yeah, so I'm glad at least that those tips helped Yaya out. All right, ding means done. Let's see what we got here. I really like that. I think that's exactly what I was looking for versus this. Like, you could definitely tell, you know, the colors weren't exactly right. And it looks like I moved it a little bit, but I kind of like this view better anyway. So save in the appropriate folder. And let's go look. Yep, there is our final result, fam. So, I think we'll call that a stream. So, with that, I thank you so much for watching. And by the way, if you're not already subscribed, I would appreciate you if you did that. I think we got a lot in store for you. Additionally, if you want to find my other social media presences, they're right here. Especially the Discord. Like, if you want to get some exposure from your work and just like get some eyes on it, get some opinions on it. Definitely the Discord is the best place. I basically go through that, you know, before every stream starts, and yeah, it'll be pretty good. So that's it. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.